Hello, my name is Marina Mercado, and as we all know, COVID-19 hit out of nowhere and changed all of our lives drastically. No one knew what to expect. Tulare County was taken off guard and people's lives were changed. With being taken off guard, hospitals were underprepared, the mental health of our youth was affected drastically, and mask policies were not being followed. With COVID-19 hitting and going into effect, students were having a learning loss. With not being able to be in in-person classes, lots of students were struggling to learn the material that was being given to them. There are different learning types, and lots of students need to be in a in-person environment, in a classroom environment to learn. It's hard to get yourself into the state of mind that you're learning and that you're in class with being in your bedroom and still feeling like you're at home and nothing has changed. Lots of students are struggling to get into the mindset that they're at school and that they're learning rather than just being at home. Christian O'Bang from Visalia Times Delta said that students are dealing with depression, feelings of isolation, and anxiety. Another thing students are struggling with is their personal connections. Lots of students aren't being able to socialize, aren't being able to talk to their peers, and lots of people didn't realize how much it affects teenagers not being able to socialize, how much it affects their mental health. Lots of students use school as an escape from their home lives, and with not being able to go to school, lots of students are having to deal with their home lives and deal with their issues on their own rather than being able to go to school and see their friends and get out of the house. One student said that he wants to play his snare drum in the Mission Oak High School band and be able to practice with his friends once again. Another thing Tulare County is struggling with is enforcing masks. When the pandemic first started, lots of people didn't want to wear masks and didn't have to because it wasn't being enforced. Tulare County Sheriff said, "I encourage our community to take all precautionary measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. However, our enforcement efforts will only be encouraging compliance." With that being said, the Tulare County Sheriff and the Tulare County Police Department were not going to enforce wearing masks, but we're only encouraging people to wear masks. And when given the choice, lots of people were not wearing masks, and that contributed to the spread of COVID-19. Another thing that the community struggled with was hospitals being underprepared. With COVID taking us off guard, there wasn't enough staff for the beds. In the article, COVID-19 Update, the author pointed out that there were enough beds, but there was just not enough staff. In Tulare County, we have 3 hospitals. We have Kauai Delta, Tulare Adventist, and Sierra View Medical Center. In these hospitals, there are 59 beds in total, and only 49 of them are staffed. With there not being enough staff, it was hard to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and also hard to quarantine the people properly who needed to be quarantined. Lots of people were told to go home and quarantine for 2 weeks, and whether they did that or not, some people did and some people didn't, which also contributed to the spread of COVID-19. As you can see, our community has struggled with lots of effects because of COVID-19, and the 3 that I talked about today were just the beginning. Next, we'll have Aslan talk about some solutions that we found as a group for COVID-19.